Right, now I've got them two boards. Just going to trim them to length, just about here. Give me a couple of bits to play with, to run through the machine, to check it. I'm not going to show you setting up this machine because it's already set up. But basically you want to find the centre of a board, find the middle, and this part of the cutter is just a mitre, these two, so it's this piece in the middle that you're interested in, and the top there to the bottom there you want to find the middle. Set your wood up to that, cut one piece, and like I have, cut it in half. See, this was one piece at one time. Oh, I cut two pieces anyway. Flip one over, put them together, and when they finish flush, that should be your setup. Then you move your fence back until you're just finishing on a mitre. I like to finish so there's just a tiny little flat bit, so as it comes through it's got something to sit on that side, otherwise it's flying high and just as you leave the cutter it drops down. I'm not going to go into details for that, like I say, it's set up for this. Got my oak that's almost the same size. I think I'm going to put a backboard on here so I can make a shallow cut and take the backboard off to make the full depth cut. I'm just going to give it a go first with this. The New Brit Workshop does a video on setting this up. So that's quite an aggressive cut at that depth. In this oak anyway. That's quite good. It's a much easier cut. And this is 9mm, this is 20mm, so I'm reducing the cut by half basically. If you look on my sample piece, I can show you. If you look on my sample piece, see the cut is there. This is going against the wall. And I think, you know, if that's going to go anywhere, it'll drop down that way. So I think these tongues will stop it dropping. If it was that way, it could drop out that way. I don't think it really matters, to be honest, on this, because it's just going to snap off. You know, it's going to snap off that way. But that's the way I've chosen to do it. So, short one upwards, base on the flat. I was going to put some extensions on, but we'll see. So now I can take this board off, make the full depth cut. That was a bit shit. See here where the grain goes up, it's broken off the edge. The rest of it seems fairly good. Don't know about that. So this is a piece of 6mm. Right, so I'll put that piece of 6mm on, and I'll have to take this one in 2 more cuts now. That was easy. Take a final pass now. Should have just putted it together, stuck some dominoes in it. Right, that was easier doing it in increments. I think I need to change this. Shove that up to the cutter so it gives a backer board, or just put a backer board on first and set it up with that backer board on. Done it loads of times with MDF and softwood, but that oak, you could hear big chunks flying off it. They're not big chunks, but pieces like this, like. That's not too bad. I've got a very slight flat on this one, on the edge of this one, but that'll sand in. I've just got that damage to sort out. This shelf's going to be seen from that sort of angle, so because it's a dark knot there, might be able to just get away with that. Sand it round a little bit. It's not bad. Like I say, there's a flat bit on this edge. By the time I sand that in, sand that down, it'll meet that. Right, I've just had a break. Made a decision. I've just run this over the saw. Just took a fraction off just so that I remove that damage. So I've got a very small flat on this edge now. And I'll run it through the machine again. Right, I put it through the machine again. Took that fraction off. See how it went really slow here. I burnt it a little bit. I was going that slow. I went really steady as I went past that knot. It's okay. Clean, solid edge now. No chips in it. So, apart from that flat, that's looking quite good. See, damage is gone. I've lost 3mm overall. Right, so I'm just going to pin that on the face. I'm not going to do any fancy mitre on there. So I should have 110mm inside. And I've got about 108. So I lost a couple of mil ripping that edge down. Right, I've got these two groups to do. I'm going to do that one first, because then I've got a nice edge to work to. This whole thing is 1800, so that's going to get cut off, and I want to come in about 2 inch for that groove, so 50mm there. And that grooves the back here. It's quite close to the back edge, but that's what's been specified on there. So I'm going to start there and finish just short, 2 inch short, and then it'll get cut off there when it's all glued together. I've got this one to do. This is about the right width, so I've marked that like that, but it needs to be a little bit deeper than the one I made, so I've marked that a little bit deep on there. And I put a 19mm bit in. This is 16mm, so I should be able to take maybe 2 passes and a final clean-up pass. But at least I'll get a nice flat bottom. I won't get a step where 2 smaller cutters would do. This is a bearing bit, well, I won't be using that. I just stick it out the bottom a little bit there. And I'm tempted to run it backwards and just take off a millimetre or 2, just so that I get a nice clean edge. There's another timber going on here, and then a lighting track, so any jagged edge won't show. It's quite a sharp bit, but we'll see. We'll see. Running a blade backwards can be quite dangerous. It can run away from you if you're not careful. Right, that gave a nice clean edge to there, so now I can start cutting properly, and that shouldn't break out. Shouldn't. If you're going to do that, just make sure you don't cut too much. Grab hold of it tightly and be prepared for it to kick. Right, I can't find a place to set up the camera so that you can see, but leaving the depth where it is, I'm going to take off. I need to go 16mm deep, so I'm going to take off 5mm at a time, and then maybe do just a final pass. Right, that's one pass, a bit more than 5mm, but it doesn't matter. But I've got a nice clean edge down there. As I was going, it was splintering out a little bit, so when I got here, I sort of did a back cut. I'll try and show you on this next one. I didn't want that to split off there. Right, it wasn't so bad on that second one, but when I was close to this edge, I didn't want to break that out. This second cut had this to support it, so it wasn't so important, but that's what I did basically. I just need to clean up the ends now, square them off with chisel, and put that out of the way for the moment. I want to make this end piece. I've got this offcut that came off the back. It's got a bit of rough bit here, but I'll be cutting it down to that. Tempting to rip a piece off and then put it through the thicknesser so that it's the right thickness. So it's that thickness, but then you'd have the ends to sort out. It's easier. Put one square edge on, plane it to that depth, then rip it down. Then all you have is one face to run through the thicknesser. Right, now I've got one square face to work with. I want to try and lose as much of that knot as I can, so I cut the timber out of this side. So what I'll do is, what I was going to do before, I'll rip it down to fractionally more than I need for the height. Plane it parallel both sides, then I can manipulate it from there. Right, so now I've got a piece of thickness I want on one square edge. This is parallel to that, so that should be square as well. I want to cut from this side and lose some of that, so I'm going to run it through the saw, make this as parallel as possible, put it through the thicknesser, clean up that edge, so I'm almost transferring that to the other side. Then I can rip off as much as that as I want. Right, so I just ran that through planer just to clean up that side, that sawn edge. So that now is redundant. That is our square side now. So now I can run it through the saw down to the thickness that I want, which is about 10mm. So I'll cut it about 11 or 12. So I've got rid of the worst of it, that big knot. So now that's the sawn edge. I run it through the thicknesser to the thickness that I want. There you go. That's now planed to the size that I want. I've just got to cut this piece that I've just planed to length. I've still got the knots in the middle, but there's a knot there. So I'm going to sort of line it up. There's a dark mark there, and the rest this is worse on the other side, so I'm going to hide that inside. So I think I'm going to put it about there. Right, time for some glue. Squared these corners up, sanded the face here, lost them pencil lines, nearly. Give that another go. I've got a piece of timber here that I'm going to put against there so the clamps don't damage it. But to stop the glue sticking, I'm going to put a coat of sellotape on it, clear tape, whatever it is. I'm going to stick this one on first, stick it on this edge, and just to keep it in place, I've got a little pin gun, 20mm pins in there. And I'm going to use PU glue again, could use white glue, but sometimes that can stain if it's touching the clamps and all that. Right, just to help me, I'm going to stand this on there. Right, got a couple of clamps on that. Put it together with these squeezy ones first, but they don't pull it up enough. So I put the big size clamps on, and I've kept them just off a bit so they're not touching the glue. Like I say on the last video, I don't know if this glue reacts with the steel, but better to be safe than sorry. Alright, you can just see, because of the way this joint works, I only need to clamp it that way, and because these are slightly tapered, as you tighten it up it pulls this other one into shape, so you don't need to clamp it the other way.